I mean, yourself.
Great quality of life, but being able to interact and speak with
Oh,
people.
okay,
Oh,
you have YouTube playing in the background. How are you?
man, pretty good.
How old are you?
Me, 33.
All right. So what do you got for me on the topic?
Oh man, I really just was calling in. I really didn't have anything on the topic. You was calling and asking, saying could we make demands at this time?
Uh huh.
And I wanted to say that I can make demands at this time. I'm
Okay.
gonna consider myself a hearing, high
Okay.
earner, not rich yet. I'm on my way,
Okay.
and I'm actually on the OKC.
Okay.
You know that's it.
Okay.
Uh,
See. So,
other than that, man,
what do
I don't
you?
really got too much.
Okay. So let me bring some other folks in. Okay. We're gonna go on over to Manny. Hello. How are you? How old are you? All right. What do you do for a living? Okay. Mm-hmm.
I was a commercial real estate underwriter, and I
Mm-hmm.
just grew my net worth
Mm-hmm.
until I can basically
What's that?
move out.
It sounds like there's background noise. Do you have a? Sounds like we have background noise or something. I'm getting like a loop back. But go ahead. You were a crypto trader, and then what? Okay. So you feel like you can make demands now because you built your crypto business up, and are you single? Or are you married? What?
Single.
Are you coming back to the States, or you're going to stay out?
Well, I was in the States, but I came here to take advantage of the Act 60 and tax opportunities.
But are you going to make that a permanent, or are you going to come back to the States?
It is part of the States, but
Or you know what I mean,
looking
though.
to make it
The
part of
continental United States.
yeah, looking to make it permanent if it makes sense, but go back in the States if um
Well, I mean, if you're going to be in a position to make demands, you might as well. What is it that you What is that you want to demand?
well, I want to demand basically I want to basically looking for a wife in the future that could be a homemaker basically and just take care of kids of our kids.
Okay. Um, well, then coming here might not be the best idea for that one. Might not be the
So
best
that
idea.
was
Go ahead.
that was kind of my plan, is that I built myself up to be able to. My plan was to look for a wife abroad, and get exactly what I want, um, and then bring her to either U.S. or stay abroad. But
Well, how long?
that
How
was
long
kind of,
before you? Well, I would suggest if you find her abroad, keep her there. And because while you may feel like you're in a position to make demands, coming back here, you're going to be back in this mix. Um, and if you, especially if you've been out of this country for a minute, it moves at a different pace, and the mess over here is different. I would say
well, I
anywhere
was in the
between
East Coast for
you're
the
what?
I was in the East Coast for the last basically 28 years, 29
Yeah,
years of my
okay,
life.
but could you make demands and could you make demands on the East Coast though?
I tried to, but it didn't
Nope.
work my way.
See, that's the point. That's my point. You may be able to make demands where you're at now, but I doubt if you're gonna be able to make demands here. That's why the brother
Why
keeps
is that?
shaking his head, huh?
Why do you say that?
You just said I tried to make demands here and it didn't work my way. What's changed? Your money?
And freedom, yeah.
That ain't money. It takes more than money to make demands.
Well, and freedom. I have more time
I don't. Okay, no. See, and this is why I was talking about inconsistency and why I was an ineffectual leader in a marriage. See, you're 29, man. Give yourself another 10 years. And you don't even understand the question yet. But you see the brother up above you, he's shaking his head, and I'm telling you the same thing. The vibe, the energy's off. You got time, man. You got time. But you can find this culture is the game on expert mode. Why would you bring a woman back here if you can find one who wasn't raised here, man? Especially if you got freedom. Stay there. All right, cool. Man, hold on. Let me do this. Let me bounce some more folks back out too. I'm bringing me in one at a time. Oh, I bet he's feeling stupid now, dude. He's like, dang, I wish I hadn't did that, but now I gotta ride it on out. How are you? Your video's not on. Uh, I'm gonna be a meme. I'm gonna be a meme. Oh, we're gonna have fun with you. Let's put him in Facetune. Oh, let's do this real quick. How are you, Liz? Unmute yourself.
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. How old are you?
I'm 28.
28. All right. So, what do you got for me on the topic?
Okay, so I'm single and I'm in the middle of trying to figure out what I need to do in my life to attract high value men. Hmm.
Do you have any children?
No, I'm single.
No, single just means you're not married.
Oh, no kids.
Okay.
No baggage.
Okay. Uh, and you said you're how old again?
28.
All right. Well, as like I always do, I ask the questions. How tall are you?
I'm 5'4",
Dress size?
6,
How much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
148.
Okay. So, and then what would you give yourself? Where would you rank yourself? Fresh face out of the shower, your natural hair, and you can't use 6. I mean, you can't use 7.
I can't use the number 7.
Nope. Mm.
7.5.
Can't use any multiple of 7.
Fresh face. I would say I would think an 8/6.
An 8? Okay.
Over 6. Mhm.
So you put yourself up there with Beyonce.
No.
Okay, well that's approximately about an 8. So
Okay. Then a 6.
yeah, closer to 6. But why would you go? I'm curious. Why would you go for an 8? Because an 8 is 2 steps away from 10. Are you really that? Do you think?
I think that I work really hard on my body, so that
Mhm.
helps.
Okay. All right. But are you 2 steps away from 10?
I would guess not.
I'm asking you. I'm asking you because who's a 10 in your mind?
A 10 in my mind would be like Jessica Alba.
Mm-hmm. And you're 2 steps away from her?
No.
Okay. So why do you want a high value man?
Because I believe a high value man has qualities in his life that I'm continuously trying to work on in my life. So someone that's ambitious, has goals, has a healthy mindset, emotionally intelligent.
Okay. But why do you
So,
want that? But do you want that because you have it?
no, it's because it's something that I'm continuously like working on and I'm trying to achieve, and I feel like I just don't want to be average in life. And
You don't want to be average. Did you go to college?
yes,
What's your degree in?
graphic design,
Um, and what state are you living in?
New York.
Okay. Would you say are you making more than $80,000 a year?
Not at all.
So you say you don't want to be average.
No,
Okay, but if you had to live on what you earn, would you have an above average lifestyle or an average lifestyle?
I have an average lifestyle.
So you want a man that's going to give you more than you can earn for yourself.
Hmm.
I'm asking.
Uh, yeah.
Okay. And what is he going to get?
Well, I will definitely be a great support system. Um, I will. I believe in doing like the qualities that a man is looking for, so like cooking, and I would still work. That's why I like the job of being a graphic designer, because I can be able to like raise a family. Um, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like raise a family, like be a good support system, cooking, cleaning, loyalty, love, support.
Okay. Um, and how many kids would you like to have?
Um, I guess that would depend on the income. So I like a big family because I come from a big family. So maybe like 3 or 4.
3 or 4 in New York. How much money are you gonna need to make to have a family of 3 or 4 in New York City?
A lot of money. Well, I don't live in New York City, but I know I would have to make a lot of
Okay. Um, and my overall question is what you're offering a fair deal for a guy who has to become a high value man? What do you think?
money. I would guess not. I guess that's my question for you is what should I do to as a because I know like tens can get what they want. So like as a
Mm-hmm.
six, what
Well,
do
sixes
I
can get what sixes. Sixes can do. You don't want to be average, but six is just above average.
have?
Is it not?
I would say 6 and 5 are like average.
Yeah. So 6 and 5 are around average, and you say you don't want to live an average life. But I'm like, okay. But
Hmm.
if you're average, then
I guess my question is if I can't change like how my face looks, how
mm-hmm,
do I become not as average?
you don't. I mean, you just don't. I mean, your face is what it is, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So if you can't change your face, what you say? You can't change your face, right?
Right.
Well, then what do you expect to do?
That's my question.
Mm-hmm. So are you asking for a fair deal? Was the question. You want to if you're an average woman, but you're not expect, but you don't want a fair deal.
Well, I would think that I have more to offer than my face.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But what else do you have to offer?
I think I'm extremely resilient,
Hmm.
and I have very deep like passion for life and anything I do and everything that I like put my heart into.
Hmm.
So I think that sets me apart because whenever I put my mind to something, I believe that I try to outperform the rest.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, that's fine. But then the question still becomes the same. Is what you're offering enough to equate for what a man who is going to have to become, you know, three, 400, $500,000 a year?
I don't know.
Hmm?
I'm not sure.
Well,
It's
so why can't you just live an average life?
um,
Because that's what you set to live right now, right?
that's what I'm looking right now.
And that's what you're set to live right now, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then why can't you just live that with a man?
Because I want to know if it's attainable for me to go higher.
Well, the thing is, you, in order to go higher, you'd have to get a man. And do you think that that's a fair deal? Why should a man have to take you higher?
No. Like I want to know what I have to do to take myself higher to attract a high value man. So we can both, so I can feel like
Well, he's already a high value man, so you can't take him any higher. You'll just go along for the ride.
no. How like I guess yeah. So how do I become a high value woman?
Um, well, I'm gonna tell you right now, the issue is, man, you want to be a high value woman just because you want to live the lifestyle.
No,
That's what
I want
you,
to embody. I want
huh?
to embody and be that person for sure.
For what though?
For what? Because it
FX Bro, financing and investments. Install and go.
being mediocre in life. Like, why would I be content with not growth? It's like the human experience is to want growth and continuously like reach that next level.
Yeah, but the next level isn't your level though.
Why
See,
not?
because you can't earn it. Your way of getting to the next level, that growth or whatever we're talking about, is basically through a man, which is
No.
you're getting what he gets.
Yes, I'm asking how. So for me to become that, because I want to be that for myself as well.
Yeah, you want to be that for yourself as well, but
Yeah,
you want to be that for yourself as well so you can get what you want.
definitely.
Right. So this just shows that women want men as tools, which is fine.
Well, how would I use him as a
Okay,
tool?
ma'am, you're an
If
average woman, you're a graphic designer. Why don't you marry just an average guy and live an average life?
I just said I want growth.
Well, no, you don't want to grow. You want more than you're worth. Where'd you go to college?
School of Visual Arts.
Why didn't you go to Princeton?
Because School of Visual Arts is more of the field that I was looking
Could you get into Princeton?
in. No,
Right. Why didn't you wait to grow to get into Princeton?
because I had my heart set on the School of
Right,
Visual Arts.
ma'am. You get what you are in this world. Okay. If you're an average woman, a little bit of average, you get an average. You don't just decide to say, I want to grow and I want this because I want the outcome. You want what somebody else has to earn. He wants something too. If you had to evolve and grow to be a high value man and to make the kind of money and become the kind of man that is, would you want to settle for an average woman or cute woman? Or would you want the baddest one you can get?
The baddest one I could
Thank
get.
you. Thank you. So if the situation were reversed, you'd want more than you.
Yeah, so that's why I want to know what I needed to do
You
to
can't.
become the top.
You can't. You can't. You are what you are. You're six. You're six. And you're 32. How old did you say again?
28.
28. You're already in the danger zone. Danger zone. No kids, no clue. And your reason for wanting to do this is because you want access to a lifestyle you can't afford. That is likely some of the worst reasons for a man who has what you're talking about to pick a woman. Your motives aren't really good. You can say it's because you want to grow. Why can't you grow with a guy who's a coder or a computer programmer? Why can't you grow with him?
I never said I couldn't. I would.
Yeah, but
I
then
would
that's not high
consider it.
value. Then now is it?
Why not? I guess
Are
my
you
idea
being
of a high
serious? Or are you
value.
just trying to be a? Are you trying to be a pain in my ass? I mean, computer programmers. A guy, you're not making that kind of money. Are you? Is that? Would you consider a man making what you make in high value?
No, but there are
Thank
some
you.
computer.
Thank you. I don't want to hear this shit about there are. I said a man making around what you're making, doing what you're doing. Why can't you be his wife and grow with him and evolve with him?
I would be content with that actually.
What?
I would be content with that actually.
Okay, we'll go get it.
Hi everyone. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Personal News. And to everyone who has been commenting, love you all and may God bless you. And before proceed, let's give respect to the fallen legend, Papa Kevin Samuels, for his good work he has done to our community. And may his work stay forever and may his legacy stay forever because he has good work which should be continued because it can help even the upcoming generations, the youth, the divorced ones, those who are looking for love and those who are looking for relationship and those who are looking for what to do in a community and those who are planning to divorce. So today we are going to comment about this video. We are going to comment about this lady. Can I call her confused? Can I call her? I've realized that a lot of ladies they don't know what they want, and someone sends and says, "My mom was a single mom." So what? What and what? What I realize, most especially single moms and single dads, there's a way they advise their kids to bring themselves in the community or to handle themselves in the community in a weird manner. So a lot of those kids, you find them choosing the better option of being financially independent, staying away from marriages, and they think they are what they are because they think that's their parents have been showing them. That's why in most cases you see a lot of kids growing up with single mom in a different society and they are behaving like different ways. Don't ever blame them because that's how their parents grew up showing them. But having a family is not something you should sit and pray for. Having a family is not the best, which I would say 90% it's very wrong because I think we were created to be a man and a woman, a husband and a wife, and to have kids and to bring out kids together. Guys, you don't know how it's so exciting for let me say a husband to come back home and your kids are happy, or the wife to come back when you're happy. There is nothing sweet in this world like coming out from a tough day and going back to your husband or to your wife to just them what you passed through when you're coming back from work. That's the best feeling ever. So if you didn't test it, at least try to motivate your kids to pass through that life. But most single mothers I've seen, they take it for granted and they want to just they don't even mind about how their kids will say even when they are divorcing. Okay, for some cases I would say when someone is suffocated and something is so worse, they can divorce. But according to me, some stories I've heard of divorce, they are caused by ladies. And now after divorcing, that's where they will come and be like, you know what? This and this, I can't manage this, I can't do this, I can't do life with this. But if it involves domestic violence, I would advise someone to divorce 100%. But if you're okay, and let me say, I don't know why, who will, some ladies, why, what has caused all that? After messing up, they will come and be like, I don't want to settle for low average men, I want high class, high value men, high standard men who are there, men who are rich. But before you ask for a rich man, what do you have as you a lady? Because you're asking for a rich man and you're living your average man, but in a reality there is nothing. That's why you see a lot of ladies right now ending up becoming second wives and third wives because they want rich men. Whereby even that rich man you're yearning for, that rich man also made his work with a wife so that it can be like that. So at the end of the day, you end up going for a second wife or a third wife, and the man drops you in the house because you wanted money. He'll be sending you money, and you won't be seeing him. He won't be shaking on you with your kids. And now you left your average man for a rich man who is not going to even give you time, because you could make the average man to the rich man you wanted, but you quitted him because you wanted a rich man who made his work with a lady or someone else who cannot just live their sweet just like that. And that has caused problems in our society today, because a lot of them, they all would settle for a rich man, but we with a lot of issues, with a lot of family issues, you're settling for you're leaving someone, you're leaving your baby daddy, you have one kid and your family, and you're settling in for a married man who has more than five kids and who has more than two wives, and you're messing up your life just like that. And now by the time you regret, you're like, let me go back to where I was, and there is no chance for you. So I just say, let's style up and let me say bye bye. May God bless you so much, and let's stay tuned